throw me a freaking bone here.
Snap out. What a hot old roomie.
3, 2, 1, and we are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Benjamin. What's cracking, yo? If you've never been here before, do not forget to subscribe. A lot of good stuff on this channel right now, especially because Black Mirror just dropped. I'm reviewing, breaking them down, giving all the Easter eggs, all the insightful stuff, all of everything. So, do not forget to subscribe. And today, we're going over Archangel. Archangel this was one of the most grating ones of just personal privacy. That's what I would say. And it's depicted upon, there's this paranoid mother, and you could already, from the beginning scene, you get to see the paranoia of her. I thought that was very telling because she's under the operating table and she gives birth. And the doctors just check her daughter out for a second, and she's like, "Where is it? And I've never given birth before. I don't know the experience itself, but it just primed you to let you know when I was watching it, that she was a little assertive and a little bit anxious and paranoid about her daughter. So that sets you up, and then she about loses her again. And she's a single mother, so she decides to have her daughter undergo this experimental, she's a first adopter, one of the first adopters of this cognitive implant where you pretty much get to become a voyeur of everything that her daughter does. And you get to filter out anything that will be toxic or violent or anything where the cortisol levels spike within the daughter. And you get to pretty much be an observer of all of her vital health stuff. So like it'll trigger if she's like doing anything negative to her health and all kinds of stuff. So super invasive, okay? Super invasive. And I think that's the element that just makes it, because it wasn't the daughter's choice. I think that's what makes it super, super grating and just like gives you the heebie-jeebies. So her daughter grows up. She decides to shut off the little mechanism inside her head or whatever, but you can still access it, but she chooses not to use it while her daughter gets lost, and she decides to open Pandora's box. And meanwhile, she's fornicating with a young man when she's, I don't know, maybe 18, but she's in high school. And so she gets to see that, and then once Pandora's box is open, she keeps checking in on her daughter, and that the iPad type deal is still on. And it was so uncomfortable just for a lot of reasons, because context matters. And if you watch pretty much this girl growing up, and you get to see all the build up to all the exchanges between her and the boyfriend, she's like, hey, I just want to experiment with this, I can't remember what it was. It was a narcotic. And so she was experimenting with it, and she said, I just want to do it once, blah, blah, blah. And then her mother doesn't see that, and she just flips her lid. So that's one of the things, is don't be a first adopter. Make sure you tell the truth, and don't leave out that, hey, I'm looking through your mechanism that allows me to see everything again, and pretty much intrude on your life while you're a high schooler. And you're very sensitive when you're a high schooler. Like, anything will set you off. And so her daughter sees this, and it was horrible. This was a horrible ending that had a twist that I didn't foresee. And this is a spoiler, by the way. This is a spoiler episode. I'm so bad at that. I forget to tell you. This is a spoiler episode. If you're looking up breakdown of Archangel, then you already know it's a spoiler. But just in case, I'm going to reveal the ending. So her daughter becomes pregnant. She's bearing a child, and without telling her that she has been voyeuring, or was a voyeur on her little iPad mechanism cognitive implant thing, she decides to give her daughter, without knowing her, and it'll void her pregnancy, a little A pill. I can't remember the name they called it. So it'll void her pregnancy and abort the baby. And she doesn't tell her this. And she goes to the school nurse or whatever. I have to keep playing the trailer because it's 45 seconds. So, sorry. If you're listening to this, I'm playing the trailer in the background on YouTube Live. So, she finds out from the school nurse, because they have, like, very proficient equipment that says, hey, you were taking this, blah, blah, blah. So, girl finds out, And she is just, her trust is gone within her mother. Her mother has been spying on her this entire time. She doesn't know how long. And she took the initiative of aborting her baby without even telling her. And that is just the absolute violation of trust in and of itself. So it was just mind-blowing to see that. And then you get to see the repercussion of the daughter just, who is this person? This person is not my guardian or my mother that I grew up with. This person is just totally different than anything I ever conceptualized as a parent. So you get to see that relationship break down in a matter of an hour, and it was just so uncomfortable. And it was a crazy, that's what I think Black Mirror aims to do, is make you uncomfortable and give you a thought-provoking premise that something could be a potentiality. Like, this could happen. So it just, don't be a first adopter. Like, if someone's going to be like, hey, we got this chip, you can put it in your foot and you don't have to go to the bathroom as often. You probably shouldn't be the first adopter for that, even if you're a time saver. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. So thank you so much for watching and listening on the podcast. Do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, iTunes. I'm breaking down all the Black Mirrors and news, movies, all that jazz. So until next time, thank you so much for watching and listening. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye. This has been Matthew Benjamin. Don't forget to share all this stuff, all that jazz. So until next time, I'll link all the other reviews down below and breakdowns. So until next time, again, bye-bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out. What a hot old world made you feel.